Hi guys, welcome back to Pikastache's The Royal Trap playthrough. So we were left off with the main character, what's her name, feeling kind of sympathetic towards Callum, which I really don't want to go on that path. I kind of have no choice as of now. So let's go. After a long and uncomfortable wait, I hear the sound of footsteps on the road. Callum hears it too, but he holds his position and waits for the newcomer to approach him. Waits. That is, for the newcomer to come close enough that Oscar and I may see without giving ourselves away. Who is it? Almost close enough, a single person in palace uniform. Whoa! Dolores? The page stops at a small distance from Callum, close enough to talk, far enough that he can't make a grab for her. She folds her arms insolently and waits. Do you have a message for me? Why? Away. Okay, yes, I maybe do. Here's the message. Give me the gold. Dolores is working with the kidnappers? How can that be? She helped me, didn't she? That deal was a trade. No gold for the gold for the princess. No princess, no gold. Do you think I'm stupid, Lord Fancy Boy? Once you've got your princess back, what guarantee I got you don't go after me? Okay. Oh, wow. Since that's exactly the plan, she has a point. You want her back. You play by my rules. And if I gave you the gold, what guarantee do I have that Cassie is unharmed, or that you have even had her? I'll take you to her. You throw me the gold, I'll guide you to where I left her. One step at a time. And keep your distance. You try to rough me up, I'll lead you in circles till she starves. Half now, half when I see the princess. Don't worry, Fancy Boy. I don't want her on my hands. Had enough of looking after lords and ladies I have. Half now, no more. Fine, throw it over. A sack of coins with a heavy clattering at her feet. Okay, yeah, I totally forgot that word. Wow, okay. She opens it to check the contents. Then, apparently satisfied, smiles. Go on with you then. That way. Keep moving and I'll tell you when to turn. Together, they move into the woods. This is not good. The only thing to do now is to try and follow them without making too much noise, and hope we can still be ready to spring on Dolores when she's delivered her promise. I look around for Oscar to make sure he understands what must be done, and I find him making wide-eyed faces at me. There's no time, and we can't risk being overheard. We must rely on gesture. He points at his foot, waves his hands in a negative fashion, shrugs, and indicates that I should go on without him. I'm not sure what the problem is. Maybe he's caught something, or maybe he's neglected to shift position earlier, and now his feet are too numb to stand and move quietly. Whatever the cause, he's out of commission. I will have to tell Dolores on my own. Oh, he's so useless. Okay. I creep through the brush, trying to keep both pale heads in sight, while avoiding dry twigs and other giveaways. Callum is in the lead, moving slowly at Dolores' direction, and pausing frequently to look back at her. She, in turn, always waits for him to move before she'll take a step to follow him, never allowing that distance between them to close. Her caution means that, if not for my presence, she would have a fair distance at escape if she chose to run for it. It would reading! Okay. It would depend on how quickly Callum could react. Would that be enough for her? She seems a cunning sort, and I don't say that solely because she misled me earlier. Oh no. Fleeing from Callum would be even easier if he were temporarily distracted or injured. Could she be leading him into a trap? Before I can spin worse imaginings, she stops. May as well come out, Miss Nosy. What? I know you're out there, awesome daughter girl. I saw you with himself last night, playing Broken Bird. Tricky. Now I can wait here all day, but your delicate lady's all alone and helpless like. So get over here. I hesitate, trying to decide whether she's certain of my presence or merely suspecting it. Come out, Valois. So much for that, then. I raise my hands and move noisily into view. planning to turn on me, weren't you? A caution. You would have done the same. Maybe I did. Who's to know? I don't think she could have managed to hide her allies in the same thicket we were hiding in earlier. But now, she is calling the shots. She might indeed be leading us to them. Get over there, next to him. Since Callum apparently wants me to play along, I obey her instructions and walk beside her to stand beside him. The traitor's servant then produces a silk scarf, which she hurls in our direction. Tie yourself together. Is it just me, or do they look kind of similar? Look at those eyes. They're all squinty-like. Okay. Is this some sort of a joke? You're the one playing Jester's tricks, fancy boy. Should have come alone. I've always wondered why you weren't dismissed from your service. You make a terrible page. Well then, good that it's settled. Now do as I say. Arm or leg, I don't care. Callum picks up the scarf and extends his left hand to me. I'm not quite sure what he has in mind. I place my right hand in his. He winds the scarf over and around and through our shared clasp, creating something that looks like a knot, but isn't actually. We are not tied, only tangled, and it will not take long to free ourselves again. Dolores can't tell quite what he's done unless she comes closer to examine it. Of course, and she seems disinclined to take such a step. Despite his brief show of resistance, Callum seems calm about the setbacks the rogue page has put him on our path. Of course, he still thinks we have Oscar in reserve, and I cannot tell him that my prince has been left behind. We resume our course through the woods, step by step. For good or for ill, Dolores' voice is our guide. And then at last we see a splash of pink across the forest floor. Cass! Instinctively, he starts to move towards his fallen sister, and his motion tugs at our joined hands. That moment, distraction is what Dolores has apparently been waiting for. Abandoning us, remaining half of her ransom gold, she returns to flee. Go! We rush after her as best as we can. This is terrible animation! Okay. It is not so easy that one might think to run in a forest, particularly while entangled with another. We could, of course, pause for a moment and remove the silk wrapping, but that would require that we pause. Instead, Callum crushes my fingers in his grip as he attempts in a synchronized pursuit. She is one and we are two, and in this terrain, that gives her an advantage. She's going to get away. We're losing. And then quite unexpectedly, I hear a shout. It's Oscar! Somehow or another, he must have gotten himself loose from his predicament and tried to catch up with us, only to find himself directly in Dolores' escape path. He's not better or faster than she is, but he is there, and she can't swerve away in time. In one desperate leap, he tackles her to the ground. But that doesn't bring the end to it. Okay, terrible animation, stop it, okay. Wrestling is not a sport that ever held Oscar's interest. With an angry woman in his grasp, a woman who has no qualms about using her knees and her teeth, he is completely ineffectual. Oh, she just need him in the... Oh, ow. Okay. A few painful, for him, moments later, she has struggled free. But at that point, it is too late. Oh, so dramatic. Oh, he looks so angry. Ew, get braces or brush your teeth, dude. Okay. Callum has a hand in her hair and an arm around her neck. This is the only payment she'll receive! Her eyes bulge and the pressure around her neck increases. Stop. Don't kill her. I told you, I won't murder for you. You caught her. That's enough. A traitor deserves death. Oh man, he should get like anger management issues. Like, go see a psychologist or something. Okay. So tie her up and bring her back to stand trial. Hee. Looks like you haven't told them. Stop it. Her eyes roll back into her head and she sags in Callum's grip. No! She's only unconscious. He takes a deep breath and lets it out. Well, so be it. tie her up, if that's what you want. We have to get back to Cass. Before us, Oscar and I bundle up Dolores' limp body, binding her with the discarded silk scarf. She is not a very substantial woman. She is more wiry than bulky, and easy enough for the two of us to carry. So, Dolores was the mastermind all along? Could she really have overpowered Oscar and spirited off Cassidy by herself? I saw them struggling here in the forest. I can imagine she'd get the better of him eventually in a brawl, but disabling him too quickly to cry out? Then dragging the princess away, keeping her hidden, leading me on a merry dance, spying on Callum, setting up a rant exchange? That's a lot to manage for a rough-spoken girl who's never progressed past the rank of a page. There must be more to her story than I'm seeing. Who sponsored her royal service? Why hasn't she been either advanced or dismissed? She is someone's agent, I'm certain. But whose? What is their part in this? And yet Callum insisted that she was working alone and motivated by gold, not by politics. And the last thing Dolores said was that Callum hadn't told us the whole story. And she could be his agent and turn on him? I think I like that sentence. Yeah, I think that's told us. But that doesn't make any sense. Last night, Callum said he never had trusted an assistant like me. I may have some questions for that woman when she wakes up. In the meantime, we have a princess to rescue. We return where we first spotted the telltale glimpse of pink fabric in the forest. There Cassidy lies, quiet and unmoving, at the base of a tree. Not a fairy tale girl in a glass coffin. This princess's hair and clothes have been snagged by leaf and twig. Her shoes are gone, her stockings horribly stained, and she tied and blindfolded with more of those silk scarves. Is she alright? Do you have any hartshorn spirits? There's a faint moaning noise, and Cassidy's head shifts. She's awake! Get her untied and sitting up, carefully. Callum hangs back, while Oscar and I help Cassidy to her feet and remove the blindfold. What? Okay. Oh! It's alright. You're safe now. We've captured the woman who's kidnapped you. Safe, but... cliffhanger! Yay! Okay, anyway. Oh, okay, so, kind of at the limit of uploading times and whatnot. So, we're gonna stop here, and thumbs up, subscribe, favorite video, do what is, and thank you for watching!